Are not homeless people. They're simply individuals who are experiencing homelessness, just like we can experience many things in life. Those don't define who we are.
Homelessness is an intersection of a lot of other really major issues. It's racism, it's economic inequality, it's homophobia, it's gender, violence, all sorts of things that and it ends up kind of being the cross-section of a lot of those things.
I really feel like community is the only answer to ending homelessness, and that's when we have to take in those in our world who are marginalized and who are on the fringe, and really to begin to take care of people who may not have the same opportunities, privileges, or advantages that we have.
I came to Gateway through a program called DOOR, which is a year-long service program, and through the program I was placed with Gateway to work for a year, but before coming here I knew that I wanted to work with an organization that dealt with issues of housing and homelessness, so Gateway was kind of the perfect fit. Really, I'm here to learn. That's what I wanted. I wanted to understand the issues more and meet people, and I've really been lucky to be able to do that.
So I started working at Gateway basically because I was disillusioned with another large institution in America, predominantly the church, because it's supposed to, take care of people, and it doesn't really. So for me, my working at Gateway is an outright working of my own kind of struggle with faith and social justice and that crossroad. And I love working with people who are experiencing homelessness and learning from them.
I joined the Gateway team was I believed in some basic core values that were inherent in the establishment of the Gateway Center. The first was the importance of collaboration. As opposed to an agency that thinks the world begins and ends with them, the Gateway Center was going to be an agency that collaboratively brought together the public sector, the private sector, the nonprofit sector, the business community, the academy, and all of these divergent elements would come together with one singular purpose, and that is, how can we end homelessness?
When I first lost my apartment, it took me about a week to get here. But I had already knew about it because I had been here before, but it just it took me a minute to get back in the program.
Prime example, because I came in here, once again, as a homeless vet. I followed the lead of my case management. We sat down and set my long-term goal, which was to become clean from drugs, become rehoused in a stable situation, and get back in employment. And Gateway gave me the opportunity to do that. And they saw enough in me that they hired me. So that's what Gateway gave me.
I work with an amazing, diverse variety of people. I mean, all different kind of people. I work with folks who are like from the SCLC. I mean, from like Moral Monday, like people who are justice workers, folks from the church community, folks from the academic community, mosques, synagogues. I mean, it's so awesome. Like my job, I've never been in more contact with, I guess you'd say, the most compassionate people who really could change the world, and I think are changing the world. So I don't know. I just love it. I feel like I'm in the middle of a fire, but a beautiful fire.
My perception of homelessness, I'm still trying to process through all of that because I wanted to come to Gateway because I knew that homelessness was more complicated than the issue is perceived by the general public. When we think of homelessness, we think of it as one person. We imagine a homeless person, whatever that image might be in your mind. But really, and we think it's different than social justice. Like there's issues of social justice, and then there's homelessness, when really they're one and the same thing.
Child of 8 and 9 years of age, my family was taking me to the Detroit Rescue Mission, and we were volunteering and working there. So I grew up with a sensitivity then as an adolescent of the 60s with John F. Kennedy's words ringing in my ears. You know, what, not so much what can be done for us, but what can we do for our country?
But I experienced homelessness as a teenager after running away due to some sort of abusive situations, and that opened my eyes. And then later I worked in an internship, and it really challenged me on a lot of thoughts, and maybe even things that currently, like, media says. It makes out these kind of claims. Of course, media tries to sensationalize everything and, you know, make it marketable. But realistically, like when they say things like the welfare state or creating like this people who are often in need and relying on the cycle, things like that just get shot out of the water when you're really working here.
Not everyone's story is the same, so a solution to one person's homelessness is going to be completely different than a solution to someone else's. And I recognize, you know, on a mass scale, when you're developing policy for these sorts of things, you have to develop, you know, generalized systems to help people. But I think if you focus too much on helping as many people at once with the same system, you can kind of forget, you're leaving some people out. And the most important thing is to listen to people and figure out what their needs are.
I think there's only one element for ending homelessness, and that's community. We've forgotten like where we came from and how to value like the village or the tribe or the clan, not the clan, but the clan, right? Or some sort of tribal unit. Like we've forgotten that. We've become like radical individuals, and we're so concerned about like selfish exploits or self-success or self-made men that we forget about taking care of everyone else.
Key elements to ending homelessness are really pretty obvious of things that we can do as a nation. First of all, you've got to give people a home. They've got to have a roof over their head. So we've got to develop a system whereby we house people first, and then for those individuals that need that, we provide wraparound supportive services. We have a scourge in our country of addiction-related issues, and we have to provide recovery resources for that. We also have a scourge in our country of persons who are incarcerated. We incarcerate more people than any other major country in the world. And yet, when men or women are incarcerated, there's little in the way of support that will help them to overcome the issues that might have led to their incarceration. And today, the majority of incarcerations are not related to violent crimes, but to actually nonviolent offenses, drug offenses being at the head of that pack. So we've got to have better recovery. And another issue that is right on the heels of that are the mental health services in our country, which are less today than they were when I was a teenager in the 60s. And so the fact that we are providing less resources for persons with mental health issues, we closed the major mental health hospitals, and for good reason. I mean, some of your viewers will have seen the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest or read the book. And those kinds of terrible things that were happening in major mental health hospitals needed to stop. And so we turned a corner, we closed them, but we didn't provide the neighborhood and community resources to replace those. So we chose a path and then didn't build the system that would lead us down that path. So we've got to address housing, affordable housing. We've got to address the issue of addiction. We've got to address the incarceration issue. We've got to address mental health. And finally, the fifth thing in my mind is that people have to have a livable wage. You know, if you can't make enough money to provide for housing and food and health care, people are at a dead-end street.
I was a resident of Gateway from, like I said, from June of 2010 until June of 2013. So I was here for 3 years.
I dropped out of high school or whatever, and you know, the situations I be in, you know, my mind wasn't on GED, nothing like that, so I got there. And now, you know, I'm trying to get my GED, I'm trying to like pretty much work on everything for like future-wise. I'm trying to get everything situated while I'm down here, and that's why I said I wasn't in a rush to leave. I know, I mean, it's a sales whatever, but it's not, you know, it's not a bad thing because, you know, I'm still learning.
First of all, I'm a veteran, and I was a homeless veteran. And I went through the East Point Clinic, and they sent me to the Gateway Center in June of 2010. And I came in as a homeless vet and a recovery addict. So I came in June of 2010, went through the Veterans Readjustment Program. That was for a year. And August of 2011, I became an RA here at the Gateway Center. So that's how I was introduced to the Gateway Center.
Right now I'm RA. That means I work here and stay here. And I'm volunteering a lot with a big. That's about it right now. Well, my RA here was sick. He went to the hospital, and I was a regular client at first, you know, and I seen that he was gone for 2 weeks, and when he was gone, there was a lot of guys that wasn't doing what they're supposed to do, and I took over, made sure the guys, you know, was doing what they're supposed to do, and then, you know, my case manager found out and she asked me did I want to be an RA.
I still do outreach. As I said, I'm a certified peer specialist, and I deal with people that have mental health issues. But I also deal with people that have substance abuse issues. You know, on occasions, I will go out into the general population area of the Gateway Center, talk to the clients, see if I can be of assistance to them, either in getting reconnect with their medication, trying to help them figure out treatment program, if there's rooms available here at Gateway. So I still do outreach services. I still try to connect with the community, and I try to let them know that I came through the Gateway, and if they ever get an opportunity to get in the Gateway system, then they too can succeed in their life goals.
Basically, I'm just still learning right now. Like, okay, because right now I still want to be like a youth counselor. I want to give back. You know, I hope my story can help somebody else out. Thank Gateway for helping me out, you know, trying to encourage me to get what I need to get for us, like life skills, you know, just teaching me how to handle myself in situations, you know, as far as working, you know, school, whatever. So they help me out with a lot of stuff. And they just encouraging me to go. They motivate me, you know, every time I feel down, you know, they try to pick me back up. So I just want to thank everybody here for helping me out on that. So.
I'd like to thank Dr. Smith and his staff. Because it starts at the head and it goes down. You know, every step of me here, if you would talk to them, they support the clients here at the Gateway Center as far as trying to get their lives right. You know, you can go to any case manager and they'll tell you the same thing, that they believe in what they're doing. You know, they see a person that's trying to do the right thing, and they'll go extra mile for them. But if they see you're not trying, then they're only going to try to go so far, because they can't do the work for you. They give you the tools, they point you in the right direction. Well, it's up to you to take that path and take those steps.
For people who are experiencing homelessness now, I would offer a word of encouragement and hope. That's not the end of your story. It may be the experience you're having today, this week, this month, but it's not the end of the story. So find a way to connect to some folks in the community that can help you to find and implement resources and develop a plan that can help you end homelessness as you experience it. And so don't give up. Today's a new day. Here's an opportunity to find resources at an agency like the Gateway Center that can begin to help you craft a way out of the homeless experience that you're having. To the staff of the Gateway Center, I would say you have no greater opportunity, no more wonderful mission than to help somebody in their homelessness. And it can be discouraging. Sometimes it's baby steps in a particular day, and sometimes in the experience it's 3 steps forward and 2 steps backward. But if we can just keep moving forward or not lose ground, we can help that individual in their experience of homelessness in that and move forward in life. And to volunteers or future volunteers for agencies like the Gateway Center, I would say bring it on. We need your help, we need your smiles, we need your knowledge, we need your energy, we need your support, because it's a community that embraces the real vision of ending homelessness, and you're a part of that community.
The people are the reason. You wake up in the morning, no one wants to get out of bed, but once I get here, and I see the people that I see every day, I'm reminded, I really like this, and I'm okay with being here.
I think, first of all, if someone's experiencing homelessness, I just want to say for every agency and every person, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the way that we treated you. I'm sorry that we have valued you less than a human. I'm sorry that we've forgotten about you. I'm sorry that we've averted our eyes. I'm sorry that we've been so wrong. But here at Gateway, I hope that you reclaim your dignity. I hope that you know that you're a person of worth. And I hope you know that I can see that you're awesome and you have wisdom and you can share it with me. That's what I'd like to say.